Morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video it's going to be a kind of one of those mix and match kind of videos really. So I've got a bit of sewing to do and a few things I can sort of catch you up on and chat about. So yeah, I just thought I would do a kind of one of those sort of day in the life type videos. I'm not sure if it's going to be a complete day in the life, but it will just be kind of bits and pieces, so I hope that's okay. It's been such a busy week this week, but it's been full of really nice things as well. So I don't know if anyone else finds this, but I'm just finding this week that all of my sort of social things are all coming in one big lump, which is always really nice, but it always just seems to happen that, you know, everything happens on the same week. And I've also had some sewing to do. My Minerva post was due, so I've been trying to sew that up this week and get that done. I've also had some other work to do, which is really exciting, which I'll talk to you about later on in this video. And I'm also actually going away this weekend to Paris with my mum and my sister. And in true me fashion, I suddenly decided at the last minute that I wanted to get two things sewn up for our trip away, because apparently it's going to be a heat wave over there. It's going to be like 28 degrees over there. So I thought it would be really nice if I could, one, get my Minerva blog post finished and done, because, well, I'll talk to you about it in a minute, but that's going to be a really nice dress that I thought I would like to take with me. And I also have a skirt that I'd like to get sewn up. So yeah, I always seem to do this to myself. I just add jobs to my list at the last minute and make myself more stressed. But it's going to be a nice sewing day, I think. I am actually going out for lunch today as well, so I'm going to try and get done as much as I can today, and yeah, take you along with me. So this is the skirt that I'd like to get sewn up today, or at least started today, so that I can try and finish it before the weekend. And it's the Bonnie woven skirt by Starlight Patterns. So I bought this recently. I think I might have shared it in a video actually, from Starlight when they had a 20% off sale over the bank holiday weekend, and it was super cheap. So I picked this one up because I've been looking for a midi skirt for quite a while. And I really like this one. I like how it buttons down at the front and everything. So it's quite a simple style. It's gathered at the two fronts, just at the waistband, and then the front of the waistband is flat and the back is elasticated. So it should be quite a comfortable one to wear in the summertime, and it should be quite good in the heat as well. So I've actually had this cut out for about 2.5 weeks, but I just haven't got around to sewing it. So yeah, really left it to the last minute, but I would really like to get this done and sewn up so that I can wear it this weekend. So this is the fabric that I'll be sewing up that skirt in. It's from Abercon Fabrics, and again, I've had this for quite a while, but I've just not got around to using it for anything. So I thought it would make a really nice, swishy, floaty, hopefully quite cool skirt for the warmer weather. So yeah, that's all cut out and ready to go. I'm not quite sure about the length of this one. I haven't shortened it or anything. I thought I would just make up the skirt and see how long it is on me. Sometimes I quite like a longer skirt, but sometimes I need to sort of cut it up a little bit to make it more midi length on me, because I'm on the shorter side of 5'3". So yeah, we'll see how we go. This might be one that I need to hang actually before I hem, because it is viscose, although it's not cut on the bias, so it might be alright to hem straight away. I think I'll get it done and see how the hem looks at the end. So yeah, I'm really excited to get sewing on that one. But yeah, I am going out for lunch today as well, and I also need to pop to the post office to get some euros for my trip to France. So yeah, a bit of a busy one, so I'll see how I get on. If you've watched my videos before, you will be familiar with my dining table sewing setup. I always sew on the dining table, and I always kind of dread the process of getting my machines out, but in reality when I do it, it doesn't take long at all. I don't know why I dread it so much. I always feel as though it's going to take me ages, but it actually doesn't. So that's all done now. My overlocker is threaded up in white thread, and even though this fabric is black, I'm wondering if I can just get away and leave it set up with white, because This is the underside of the fabric, and you don't really, it's got that kind of white sheen to it, so I'm thinking that I might just be lazy actually and leave it threaded up as it is, because it's going to take me more time to rethread the overlocker in black. And yesterday when I was sewing, for some reason it kept unthreading itself, and I don't know why, so I kind of don't want to mess around with it too much. And I think actually there's only the side seams that I need to overlock in this whole pattern, so I think I'm just going to be lazy today and leave it. Anyway, while I was just sorting out my sewing space and getting everything out, I forgot that I'd not shared with you two lovely patterns that I was sent recently. So I was contacted by a lady over on Instagram from a company called Ploen Patterns, and I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. They're a Swedish company. And she asked me if I would like to try out two of their patterns, so I said yes please. But the patterns that she sent me are so lovely and they're so well packaged, and I really like the design of the envelopes and everything, so I'll just show you what she sent me. So I actually chose from the patterns which ones I wanted to try. So I've tried the Era top, and again I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which is a kind of super simple sort of t-shirt style top. It's designed to be made from jersey, and you can see that it's got this really nice sort of curved detail here at the top of the t-shirt, which looks really nice, and then the back of it kind of ties up at the back of your neck, which is also a really nice pretty detail, but you can have it just plain if you don't want any of that curved detail or anything like that. So it's a really lovely relaxed sort of jersey knit top, which I think is a really good basic to have in your wardrobe, so I'm really looking forward to sewing that up at some point. And then the second pattern that I chose to sew up was this pattern, and it's the Tyre Trousers. So these are super simple, again, woven style pair of trousers, and they're elasticated at the waist, but they have these really nice slant pockets at the side as well. So you can actually either make view A, which is a pair of culottes, or you can have them really long and have them as a pair of palazzo pants, which I've never made before, but they're all in fashion at the moment, aren't they? And I keep seeing wide leg trousers everywhere. So I might actually try and make the longer version when I come to make these and see how that goes. But yeah, really nice patterns and a really lovely new to me pattern company that I've not heard of before. So I'll pop the link down below in case you want to pop over and check that lovely company out.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt.
Forgot to mention what I'm wearing, so you'll know if you're over on Instagram that it's Me Made May. The Me Made May challenge is running over on Instagram again, and it's not a challenge that I've actually taken part in before myself. I'm not very good at challenges actually. I love to follow other people following challenges, but I'm not really very good at taking part in them myself, and I think that's just because I always feel a little bit pressured by them, and I don't really like the sort of pressure of having to go along with a challenge. I don't know, bit weird. But I've never actually taken part in Me Made May before, so I thought this year I most definitely have enough Me Made clothes now to take part. And I know that I'm very, at the moment, kind of stuck in a rut with what I'm wearing. It's a lot of leggings and sweatshirts and sort of easy jersey type things. So I thought if I took part in Me Made May, it would really kind of give me the push to go into my wardrobe and see what I've got and try and be a little bit more inventive and creative and wear some of the things that I haven't been reaching for necessarily over the winter months, and now it's getting nicer. So today I'm wearing my mix of the Sagebrush top by Friday Pattern Company with the sleeves from the Norma Blouse pattern, which is by Fibre Mood. So I'll link in the description below a bit more detail about this pattern if you're interested, but it's the Sagebrush top with a lovely frill at the top here. And then I've just switched up the sleeves to put the normal ones on and cropped it a little bit as well, so that it's a bit sort of shorter to wear with jeans. And yeah, I really like this top. It's in a really lovely drapey viscose crepe from Stoff and Still from a couple of years ago, but it just feels really nice to wear, and it's perfect for the weather that we're having at the moment, which It's about 17 degrees here today, so not super warm, but not cold either, and it's a lovely sunny day. So yeah, I thought it deserved a nice pretty top, especially because I'm going out for lunch as well. So I'm not doing anything sort of fancy for Me Made May. I'm not posting on my Instagram grid what I'm wearing every day or anything like that, but I'm trying to remember to share on my Instagram stories what I am wearing every day. So if you are interested to see my Me Made May progress or my Me Made May outfits, then I'll be sharing them over on my Instagram stories, and I'll link my Instagram here if you want to pop over and follow me.
A new place, a new home for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive.
So the hem is done in that way where you I've interfaced all down the button stand, whatever, and turned it in, and then you turn the button band to the inside like that, like so that the right sides are together, and then you sew across the bottom of the button band, and then you turn it in, and then that's your hem. Kind of turns under where you've got your seam line for where you've sewn your button stand. So I like that finish. It gives a really nice neat finish, but it is going to show off my white overlocking a little bit. So perhaps I should have rethreaded my overlocker, but never mind, don't judge me on my terrible overlocking colour matching. I'm going for speed today rather than anything else, as you can probably tell. Hopefully that'll be okay though, because obviously that's going to be sewn down and the skirt shouldn't blow open too much or anything like that, so I think it will be fine. So I've done the button stands and I've interfaced the waistband. Just need to top stitch now, I think, and turn up the hem. So I'll carry on. Way of sewing the waistband work. So the pattern has you sew each end of the elastic to half of the, excuse my phone, half of the waistband, and then you attach the elastic to either side, and then you fold the waistband over and sew the under edge, but I just could not get the fabric to fold over without the elastic pinging everywhere. So in the end I sewed together the bottom of the waistband first and then threaded the elastic through as you normally would with a safety pin. And I hope that's worked okay. It's really quite hard to fit like half elasticated waistbands, isn't it? So I'm really hoping that this is going to fit me okay. I've stretched it across my back to my sides and it seems as though it's going to be okay, but I just hope that it's not going to be too tight. I do have a tendency to sort of overestimate sometimes how much elastic I need, and then things seem to be too big. I've done that before with my Tyre trousers. And things do loosen up a little bit as you wear them, I think. So I find it really hard to judge. But anyway, I've gone with the recommended elastic amount that it tells you in the pattern. So basically so next you sew the sides of the waistband and then you add it all onto the skirt together. So I'll just do that now. While I just sat down for a few minutes to chat, I thought I would just quickly show you my Minerva project that I was mentioning earlier. So I've been making the Taika blouse dress pattern, which is this one. I'm going to take it out of the envelope actually because it'll probably go really shiny on the camera. So this is the Taika blouse dress pattern by Named Clothing. It's the first named clothing pattern I've ever sewn actually, but I was really taken by this kind of shirt style dress. I love the sleeves and the gathered bodice and everything, so I really wanted to have a go at this one. I bought it as a PDF actually from Guthrie Garney, and I had it printed out as well so that it was really easy and good to go and I could just cut straight into the pattern. And I also had the instruction booklet printed out as well. I've never had a PDF pattern printed out before by anyone. I've always just stuck it together myself, but I have to say, so much easier for the small amount that you pay on top of buying the pattern, and it was really well worth it. So I think I'm definitely going to use Guthrie Garney again to print out patterns, and I know that other people have recommended me other pattern printing services as well, so I think I'm hooked now, and I probably would never bother to stick together a PDF pattern again if I don't have to, or if I'm at least organised enough to remember to do that while I buy the pattern and I don't just want to quickly download something and get sewing immediately. So here it is. Obviously again it's going to be a difficult one to show you on the camera, but these are the lovely sleeves. So they're really pretty kind of gathered elbow length sleeves with an elasticated bit at the bottom. I want to say cuff, but it's not really a cuff, is it? I don't think, at the top. So I've done that, and you won't be able to see any of the details in this busy print, but you can hopefully see the dress and how it's gone. So this one just needs to have buttons added to it. I've done all the buttonholes and everything. I literally just need to sew the buttons on, but I absolutely love this dress. It's really come out really nicely. It was really nice to sew as well. I really enjoyed the process, and it was nice to sew something different. It's sewn in quite a few different panels to the front and back as well, so that was different, something that I'd not really done on a dress skirt before. So I'm really pleased with this one. Obviously it's still sort of in the making process at the moment, so I haven't got any photos or anything, but I will share it properly and tell you how I altered the pattern and everything in my next makes video, because I did have to make a couple of alterations to this one because I didn't realise, but named clothing patterns are actually drafted for taller people, so I think they're drafted for a height of 5'8", and I'm more on the petite side, so I needed to shorten this one, which meant changing the pattern a fair bit. So yeah, I'll let you know all of the details on that in my next makes video. Trouble trying to work out how to attach this waistband onto the skirt. It's done in such a confusing way. I don't know why it can't just be done in the normal way, but I'm kind of committed now, so I've half done it, but I need to work out a way to sew this onto the skirt, and I can't for the life of me work out the way that they're trying to tell you to do it. I don't know why it can't just be done in the normal way. So anyway, I need to leave it now and go for lunch, but I'm going to have a little think about this and just see if I can either attach it to the skirt as it is and just overlock the waistband, which won't be as neat, but it will get the job done, or maybe the way they're trying to tell me to do it in the pattern will come to me while I'm out. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of head scratching is going on at the moment, and all I need to do is put this waistband on and then the skirt will be done, apart from the buttons, so it's really frustrating. So I'll come back to it, I'll go and have my lunch, and then I'll come back to it and see. I'm back for my lunch now. I had a really nice halloumi burger in the pub, so that was really nice to go there and have lunch and catch up with some friends. But I did have a bit of a think about the waistband while I was out and while I was driving. Does anyone else do that? Think about sewing while they're driving? And I still was none the wiser really. So I've gone about the waistband in my own way. And basically what I've done is just, I need to neaten this up a little bit, but I've overlocked the back elasticated waistband bit because that's already sewn so that your raw edges are here. And there doesn't seem to be a way of turning it under neatly. So that's the way I finished that one. And then for the side parts, I've sewn those as you normally would, so with the raw edges first, and then I folded up the raw edges and then encased them into the turned up seam, if that makes sense. So yeah, just, I don't know if anyone's made the Bonnie skirt, let me know if you managed to figure out the right way to do the waistband. I mean, it doesn't matter, it's neat enough as it is now, but I'm just a bit annoyed that I can't figure out how the pattern's telling me to do it, because it might be that it encases it all really nicely. But anyway, yes, that was my challenge, and it's always on the patterns that you think are going to be an easy sew, isn't it? I was thinking, oh, this doesn't look too complicated, I shouldn't take too long to sew that up, but there's always something in there that stumps you when you think that, I think. So all I need to do now is just sew up the hem and then do the buttons and the buttonholes, and then the skirt will be done, and I hope it fits okay. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll have a quick try on and show you what the skirt looks like. So I've just come upstairs for a really quick try on, so hopefully you can see with the camera this way around. So I've pinned it together. It's not actually, the buttons aren't done yet, but everything else is. So I've just pinned it together where I want the first button to be, and then I need to space out where I want the rest of the buttons to be, but I quite like it actually. It's a really nice length, so I'm glad I stuck with it. Hopefully you can, I really like how it's looking actually. It's a bit better than I thought it would be. You know how you just get a bit disheartened when things don't quite go according to plan, but yeah, I quite like how it's looking. Fits really nicely around the waist. I think this top button is just going to have to come in a little bit compared to the rest of them down the front, because it's a little bit loose up here. I was a bit kind of in between sizes and didn't know which size to go for, so I possibly could have sized down, but never mind. So yeah, I'm going to go and put my buttons on now, and then we should be done. While I'm up here just trying things on, I thought I'd just give you a quick update on my Whitmoor cardigan as well. So as you can see, I'm making some progress on the body now, and I've nearly knit down to the rib. It's riding up at the back a bit there. But yeah, nearly onto the ribbing now. I'm just doing the nice relaxing stocking stitch. I really love how this pattern works out at the top. It's so pretty, isn't it? So I have a few more rows of rib to do. In the end I decided to go for the longer length cardigan, because the shorter one, when I'd reached that amount of rows, is actually quite cropped, so I decided to carry on a bit longer and just make it a little bit longer, because I thought that would go a bit more with what I have to wear it with. And also the longer version isn't actually that much longer than the cropped version, so I'm hoping that this length will be okay as well. But I'm really enjoying this. I haven't knit it for a while actually, because we've just been so busy in the evenings. But yeah, really loving how this is going. It's really lovely to knit. So just before I go, I thought I'd just give you a quick work update that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So recently I've been lucky enough to take on more and more freelance writing work when it comes to sewing, which has been amazing. And I've been writing for the Pattern Pages magazine and also Sew It Yourself, my tutorials now. And I'm also now writing for another blog that you may or may not have heard of called Threads Monthly. So I'll leave the blog link down below so you can pop over and have a look at that if you haven't already discovered them. It's an amazing blog with tons and tons of sewing information on it. There are tutorials on there, there are sewing machine comparisons on there, there are details on all different fabrics and things, so many different articles, and probably whatever you could think about to do with sewing over on there. And I'm now writing for them every week as well, for Threads Monthly, which is really exciting. And I'm going to be writing a variety of different articles. So what I'm working on at the moment is actually researching patterns for different types of things. So not only clothing, for teddy bears and homeware and bags and things like that. And there are quite a few different sort of free patterns that I'll be sharing about and researching as well. So I will link the blog down below, and I'll also link a couple of my articles that I've already written for them down below as well, so you can pop over and have a look at them. Yeah, so it's really exciting, and I'm really happy to be taking on more work with regard to sewing, because obviously it is my passion and it's what I love, and I love writing about it and talking about it too. So I just thought I'd let you know about that. So yeah, that's really exciting, and also a little bit dangerous, because I get to find out all these amazing sewing patterns that I'd never even seen or heard about before. Yeah, it's been really interesting to me as well to sort of research these sewing patterns and find out more sewing companies and sewing pattern companies and things, and be writing about them. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know about that one. So I think that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it wasn't too random again. I always feel like these kind of videos are a bit sort of a bit of everything. So I hope it was okay, and I hope you still enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed watching me sew the body skirt as well, even though it was a bit of a tricky one. As with my Taika blouse dress, I'll do a full review of my body skirt and how I found it, especially if I've worn it since today. And I'll let you know how I found it, and sort of review the pattern properly and everything in my makes video, which will be either at the end of May or just at the beginning of June. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a lovely day, everyone. I think next week, next Sunday, I'll be back with a fabric haul and plans video, because I haven't done one of those for a while, and I have got some new fabrics and a few plans to share with you. So take care, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.